Okay, we are going to do an all over body workout for this session. So we're going to work your back, your tummy, your waist and your bottom. So let's make a start. We're going to start on our front for a bit of swimming, seeing as we're at the beach. So let's rest both legs down on the mat. Rest the tops of your feet down on the mat and bring your arms out in front. Let's place your forehead down on the mat. And from here, can you slide your shoulder blades slightly down your back? Pick your belly button up off the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, can you lengthen out through one arm, the opposite leg, and float them off the mat. Bring your head up, level with that upper arm as you bring that up. Working your back muscles here and lower down. Swap to the other side. Inhale, exhale, lengthen, and lift. Opposite arm, opposite leg, floating them off the mat, making them as long as possible, and lower down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, lengthen and lift, and lower. So just in your own time, lengthen and lift from side to side, little pause at the top so you get all that work down the back side of your body. Great for your posture. Let's just do one more each side here. Lengthen and lift, pause at the top and lower down. Last one. And lower down there. If you want a progression on this, we're going to do both arms, both legs. Otherwise, stick with the single arm, single leg. When you're ready, take an inhale. Exhale, lengthen out through both arms, lengthen out through both legs, and float them off the mat. Let your head come up a little bit as well. Pause at the top, and lower down. Two more like that. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lengthen and lift. Float them up. And lower down. One more. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lengthen and lift. And hold it there. Good. Squeeze your bum, lengthen your legs. And lower down under control. Let's bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push up into all fours, knees underneath your hips. Let's arch away from the mat. Bring your tummy up towards your spine and then sink down. Poke your tailbone up to the sky and reverse that again. So arch away from the mat and then sink down. Good. One more. Arch away. And sink down, poke your tailbone up to the sky. Good, come back to neutral. We're going to come into a side lying position to work your bottom. So let's lengthen out through both legs. Ooh, it's got really windy all of a sudden. Rest your head in your hands. I've lined myself up with the back of the mat, but actually just want to make a nice straight line with your body. Then you're going to bring your knees forwards. So that you want your knees in front of your hips. Nice right angle at your hips, nice right angle at your knees. And let your shins be level with the front of your mat if you're on a mat. Just make sure that your hips and knees are stacked one on top of the other. So if there's a bit of a step here in your legs, in your knees, can you bring your hips forwards so that there's a stack of knees and a stack of hips? From here, we're just going to lift and lower, keeping your leg in that nice right angle position. Now, if you want the extra challenge, don't lower your leg all the way down to the bottom leg. Let it hover off just a little bit. So we're working your glute, the outside of your leg, the outside of your hip. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down there. We're staying in this position. When you're ready, we're going to lift that leg up again. Kick the foot out in front. Take a bend and lower. Lift, extend, bend, lower. Lift, extend, bend, lower. This is great for your hamstrings. We're giving them a good stretch here and we're working your bum. And you should be able to feel a little bit of heat being generated in the outside of your hip and in your bottom now. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower down there. We've got one more in this set of exercises to work your bum. So let's lift that leg up just a tiny bit now. Extend that foot out in front. Now we're going to lift and lower and lift and lower. We're not lowering all the way down to that bottom leg. You're keeping it hovering off just a little bit. So this is really intense for your bum. So if you need to take a break, then please do. Last 5, 4, 3. Keep the rest of your body still. 1. Good. Lower down there. Have a little break. Before we go into the other side, we're going to do a spine twist. Let's come up to a seated position. legs out in front, separate your feet so about mat distance apart, and draw up really nice and tall, a really active position. So draw your tummy in, sit up tall, toes back towards your knees. Take a bend in your knees if you need to get that upright posture. You're going to bring your hands back behind your head and then push your head into your hands with about 20% of your strength. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to twist around to one side, not your elbows, not your head, just your torso, and sit up really tall and come back to center. Inhale there, exhale, twist, and center. Inhale, exhale, move. Elbows stay nice and wide, head stays where it is, and twist. Good, last one each side. You want to be sitting up really nice and tall. I keep reminding myself that as well. And come back to center. Good, relax your arms down there. We're coming into that side kick on the other side. So, resting down on the mat. Head in your hands, nice long legs, and then bring your knees forward. So your knees are in front of your hips. Stack your hips, stack your knees. Right angle at your knees, right angle at your hips. Shins level with the front of your mat. And then when you're ready, lifting up and lower. And lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. So if you want the challenge, then don't bring your leg all the way down to meet that bottom leg. Just hover it off just a little bit. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down there. Have a little break, a mini break. And then when you're ready, lift the leg up. Extend, bend, lower, lift, extend. Bend, lower, lift, extend, bend, lower. Again, if you want the extra challenge, don't lower that leg all the way down to the bottom leg. So you should be feeling a bit of work in your bum now. Nice stretch in your hamstrings. I feel like my legs need to be a bit further forwards. There we go. Last 3, 2, 1. Good, lower that leg down there, tiny little break, then we've got our last one. When you're ready, lift that leg up just a tiny bit, extend it out in front. Now we're going to lift and lower and lift and lower, and oh, isn't this one hard? Good, a good stretch for your hamstring and a load of work for your bum. I am really feeling this. Good, if you get cramp, just flex that foot. Keep cramping just a little bit. Last 3, 2, 1, relax that leg down there. Let's have a little lie on your back, stretch out your glutes, and then we'll do a little bit of tummy work. So lying down on your back, let's stretch out the first side that we worked, because that will have calmed down by now. So let's cross that ankle over the knee, open up through this top knee. That might be enough of a stretch for you. If you want more, then bring all of that in towards your chest, holding on behind your thigh to draw it in. And relax that leg down there. Let's swap onto the other side. Hopefully the burn has subsided by now. Open up through that leg. Bring all that in towards your chest. This is the side that I had surgery on, so I really struggle with opening up through this knee. So I have to place a hand on my foot. But you do whatever you need to do. So it's really important to listen to your body and actually only move within your range, within your limits. And I know that I can't bring my leg in so much on this one. I still feel that stretch in my glute. So just work to your own body all the time. It's good to feel some work, but you don't want any pain. Good, and relax down there. So from here we're going to go into the 100. So let's place both feet down on the mat. Not walk your feet back towards your bum. Doesn't matter where your feet are. Rest your arms down by your sides. We're going to bring one leg up into a tabletop position. Draw that bottom rib down towards that hip and bring the second leg up into tabletop. We're going to peel up through your head, neck and shoulders and reach your arms forwards. Now we're going to pat the air 5 times as you inhale, 5 times as you exhale. So in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can make this easier by lowering your head, neck and shoulders down. You could bring a leg down if you want to. Just swap over every couple of breaths. You can make it harder by extending your legs out on a diagonal, gluing your heels together, staying nice and lifted in your head, neck and shoulders. Keep that tummy going down towards your spine. So it wants to dome up all the time. Send it down. In, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 5 and in. and out. Last 2 breaths. Stay lifted in your head, neck and shoulders. And in and out. Good, bring your knees in towards your chest, lower your head, neck and shoulders down there. Good, we're going into single leg stretch, so can you bring one knee in towards your chest, lengthen the other leg out on a diagonal, peel up through your head, neck and shoulders, send that tummy down towards your spine, and now swap, and let's speed it up. So I don't want you pulling your body up with your hands. You should stay lifted and be able to use no hands. These hands are for pulling your knee in a little bit and getting that stretch in the back of your leg. So really lengthen out this leg that's pointing and pull this one in. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees in, lower your head, neck and shoulders down. That was single leg stretch. We're going into double leg stretch next. So when you're ready, I know we're doing these transitions fast, peel up through your head, neck and shoulders. It's deliberate. You're going to send your legs out on a diagonal, both arms out over your ears. Circle your arms around, bring your knees in towards your chest. Just pull my microphone down a little bit. So extend both. Circle round, pull up a little bit through your head, neck and shoulders as you bring your knees in. Last 3, 2, 1. Good, lower your head, neck and shoulders down there. We're going to go into crisscross next, so have a little break. This is our last abdominal exercise, you'll be pleased to know, so bring that knee in towards your chest again, hover the other leg out on a diagonal. Peel up through your head, neck and shoulders. Bring your hands behind your head this time. You're going to bring that opposite shoulder towards that knee and pause. Just find that position, swap and pause. And now a little faster, and swap, and swap. So it's your shoulder that's going towards your opposite knee, not your elbow, although your elbow will follow, of course. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees in towards your chest. Lift up a little bit more and lower down. Good, let's bring both feet down onto the mat now and come into a shoulder bridge, which will be a really nice stretch for the front of your hips. So let's walk your feet back towards your bum. Take an inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis up, peel your spine off the mat. Bring your hips all the way up into a bridge. Big squeeze of your bum at the top, but relax down through your shoulders. Good, keep your ribs closed down together so you don't want to be flaring up like this. Knit those ribs together. You always want a rib to hip connection. So this tummy here, this part of your tummy is working. Take an inhale, exhale, melt down. Let's do one more like that. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, peel up. Big squeeze of your bum at the top. Take an inhale and exhale to melt back down, vertebra by vertebra. We're going to come up and pulse next time. So inhale at the bottom, exhale, peel up. Big squeeze of your bum at the top. Now can you do a tiny drop and a pulse, a drop and a lift. We're aiming for 15, but come down whenever you need to. Just a little pulse, but it's a big squeeze of your bum, so really getting some glute and hamstring strength going on here. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and melt back down to the mat. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And just circle your knees to take the tension out of your back. And circle the other way. Good. Let's just lengthen out through those legs. Bring your arms overhead, take all the tension out the front of your body. And just take a moment, just have a few deep breaths and relax. You've made it through the workout. Your treat is to have a little stretch. Good, let's bring your arms down by your sides, take a bend in your legs, push yourself into a side lying position, and then push up to seated. Adjust your hair, and you're all done.